Hey there, how you going? So today I want to talk into the concept of what you think you manifest and talk deeper into that subject. I'm at a point in my life right now where probably at a pivotal point, at a crossroads where I have the opportunity of really thinking about the next leg of the journey and I've personally been in a bit of a life transition. I find myself now on the other side of that, now looking forward, going, what are the possibilities? And not only what do I truly want, but what does that look like? You know, getting into the detail of what do you truly want, and what's going to make you happy, and what is going to give you fulfillment, and what is going to give you contentment. Because I don't think that just being happy is what we're here for. I think that we're here to experience love, joy, growth, suffering. We're here to experience it all. But what are the things that I want to bring towards me? And so in this process of just starting to write down and jot down in my journal, these things make me happy. And then going through the process of creative visualization. So after meditating, and I've talked about this in a previous video around creative visualization, but I'm in the process of it now. And I think that as part of this process, so I'll just complete what the process is. So for me, that process of manifesting what it looks like and what the experience is at the end of meditation, going through the emotional experience of already believing that you have that life now, and to go through the emotional experience of what it feels like to have it now, to be in it, tricking the brain somewhat, and therefore manifesting it. Now, a couple of things that are important here is, first of all, it's in the emotion of already having it that is the part of tricking the brain. It's not just the visualization. The second thing is you got to believe it. You have to believe that it's happening and it's true. The third thing is, it's got to be like crystal clear in your mind. It can't be something general. It's got to be, it's got to be something that you truly can get your head around and your emotions behind. And then in the manifestation part of it, you have to walk towards it. You have to take the opportunity of not only just thinking about this stuff and manifesting it, but actually taking positive steps, even if they're micro, very small steps, but to taking them forward. And when they present themselves is to say yes. So the reason for this video is not to isolate this process as much, because I've done a previous video on that, and go check out creative visualization in the P2 videos if you want to have a look about that process, about how to manifest stuff and how to think forward. One of the things that is most important about that process is consistency, discipline and consistency. You've got to, if you're doing it once every now and again, don't really expect that you're going to be manifest, because you obviously don't want it bad enough. You're not willing to put in the work daily, systematically, consistently, in order to do it. So I think this has got to be a daily routine that you would do potentially for 5 to 10 minutes at the back end of a meditation session or something like that. But one of the key elements to this, which I've been really contemplating as part of this process, so I've written it down. I've written down some of the things that I feel are going to give me contentment, joy, happiness, fulfillment, and enriching life. And also some things that are outside of my comfort zone that when I consider them, I go, wow, that's big. How are you going to achieve that? So I've done that process, and then I've tacked it on the back end of the meditation. So I do a 20-minute guided meditation, and then I do this 5 to 10 minute process of thinking about the manifestation of what I want to bring to life, and getting myself in an emotional state of that. But one of the things that keeps on coming up again and again and again is, am I worth it? Am I going to give this to myself? It's one thing doing the practice, but it's another thing truly believing it and giving it to yourself, telling yourself you're worth it to have it. And for me, I think this has been a blocker, and it's wrapped up in my story, my identity, my blueprint, and how I think about myself, and holding on to, like your story. You aren't your story, you're not your story. You're this, I intuitively know that I am, and you are this perfect being, and we're having this human experience, and we're perfect. And the stories that we attach ourselves to hold us back in every way, shape and form. The traumas, the influences, the experiences that we've had and shaped since we've been at birth, all the way through to where you are at now, has shaped us and created this story that we hold on to, and that we consciously or unconsciously, it holds us back, it anchors us where we're at. And so even despite maybe doing some of these activities and practices which are about thinking and manifesting, we can be doing that, but also at the same time is that you're throwing the anchor forward and pulling yourself towards it, you're also throwing the anchor back and holding on as well. And that's that part there that I think needs the work. I think that's where the real true work, and it's in forgiveness, and it's forgiving ourselves for the shame and the guilt that we hold on to, and not feeling that we're valued and worth it, and to have these kind of incredible lives that we might imagine and then and ultimately then not taking the steps forward when they present themselves. So I think that they're intertwined, these things, so it's not as crystal clear cut as, just think and then you'll manifest. I mean, it's not as clear cut as that. For me, it's about the starting point of all of that is choosing to connect inwardly. That step first is, I want to get to know myself deeper. I think that step is the first step. The choice to potentially know that you have been coming from a place which is above the shoulders, and the choice to sink into your heart space where your true self lies, and the choice to connect there first, to create a relationship with yourself that you can then be a witness in the silence and in the awareness of who you have become, and the story that you're attaching yourself to, and what are the anchors that you're leaving, that you're leaving firmly in the sand behind you, that is not allowing you to progress. And for me, a lot of, certainly a lot of the work of psychologists is to unpack a lot of that with people, and counselors is to unpack these stories and to allow yourself to be able to forgive yourself and to give yourself the gift of life and of happiness and joy and these things. So yeah, this is a contemplation kind of unpacking. It's the subject matter is practices that move you forward are not as simple as just doing the manifestation, creative visualization. I think it has to work equally with the work that you're doing inside around your story and the connection to your higher self, and then the forgiveness and the giving of yourself to this new life. So and as these words come through me, I'm telling them to myself equally, and I'm on the journey with you. And it brings contemplation to me around how I do that manifestation process, how I go about it. So I think I can't just manifest it without considering the other part. And I think that that's what I'm getting out of this, is it has to be done together. In order for myself to give myself that, I've got to also equally, do the work in the past to give myself the future. So there you go. Hopefully there's something in that for you. And feel free as always to comment, put feedback, and let me know what your thoughts are in relation to creative visualization, manifesting, thinking and manifesting, and also your story and the linkage between them two. Let me know what you think. All right, ciao, bye.